Hello, hello. Happy Wednesday. Welcome to Wednesday Bootcamp. Jazzy here, program manager, and I'm going to be leading y'all through the workout today. We're going to be doing 3 rounds of our circuit. We're going to do 45 seconds of work, 15 seconds of rest slash transition time, and then we're going to be doing um a little bit of upper body, a little bit of lower body, and a little bit of cardio. I'm gonna go ahead and get started real quick with demos, and then we'll get into the quick warm up here. So we're gonna start off on the ground with our upper body. We're gonna do some plank toe taps to start. So we're gonna be on our hands and toes and getting into our plank position. And we're gonna push our hips up, tap the opposite toe back down, and then the other side tapping and back down. So we're gonna alternate there, tapping each of our toes. So that's gonna be our first movement. And then second movement, very similar. We're gonna do some pike push-ups. So staying in that pike or down dog position, bringing our head towards the ground, pushing the ground away, elbows pointing towards our feet there. So that's gonna be movement number 2. And then we're gonna stand on up for our other movements here. So we're gonna be doing a reverse lunge into a knee drive or a jump, whatever you feel like doing today. So for that, we're gonna do all on one side and then all on the other side. We're gonna step back, knee past second toe, drive through the heel, driving the knee up like we're breaking that glass on our at our hips. So stepping back, exhale, driving up. So we'll do all on one leg and then switching over to the other side. Again, exhaling, driving up. So that's that movement. And then for our 2 cardio movements here, first up, we're going to do a triple switch into a single leg Romanian deadlift. So for that, we're here with one knee up. We're going to do 1, 2, 3. And then I need to give myself some room here. We're going to push our hips back, push the ground away. And then 1, 2, 3, same thing. So it's balance, stability, and cardio. Feel free on that single leg Romanian deadlift. We can put our toe on the ground and just use our one leg. So that's going to be that. And then last but not least, we're going to do a little bit of 2-inch runs in place. So with that, we're going to have our base position here. So slight bend in the knees and in the hips. We're on our toes and we're moving quickly with our feet and slowly with our hands. So that's going to be the full circuit for today. So we're going to go ahead and start off with our warm up. We're going to do the world's greatest stretch. We're going to interlace our fingers. We're going to grab onto our right knee. Pull the right knee towards your chest. And nice big deep breath. And then we're going to exhale, step back, reverse lunge, keeping that back leg nice and straight. Hands coming down on the inside of our front foot. And we're going to hang out here for a second or two, really opening up our hips. I don't know what it is. Mine are very tight today. And on our next exhale, we're going to go ahead and rotate, opening up towards our front leg. Thumb is facing behind us, so we're looking at our palm here. We're looking up towards the ceiling, getting that rotation through our neck. And we're going to go ahead and exhale, plant our hand outside of our front foot, move our back leg a little closer, and push our hips up into our hamstring stretch. Breathe in nice and deep into the belly. Breathe into the tight areas. And we're going to go ahead and exhale, bring our feet together, push the ground away, and stand on up. All right. There's the same thing on the other side. So interlace our fingers, grab onto our left knee, pull our left knee towards our chest. Nice big deep breath. And we're going to exhale, step back, reverse lunge, keeping that back leg nice and straight. Hands coming down on the inside of our front foot. Breathe into our tight areas here. This is going to help us open up our hips. And on our next exhale, open up towards our front leg. Again, thumb is facing behind us. We're looking at our palm. This is going to help us open up our spine just a little bit more. Give us a little bit more rotation here. Awesome job. Let's go ahead. Exhale, plant our hand outside of our front foot. Move our back foot a little bit closer and push our hips up into our hamstring stretch. Really breathe into our tight areas here. And let's go ahead and exhale. Bring our feet together, push the ground away, and stand on up. All right, let's go ahead and make our way to the ground onto our hands and our knees. And we're gonna do a little bit of quadruped reach throughs here, get some rotation going, warming up our upper body just a little bit more and our core. So our core is engaged. We got a nice flat back. We're gonna take one hand, we're gonna inhale, we're gonna reach through in between our opposite arm, opposite leg. And we're gonna exhale, open up towards the ceiling, watching our hand the whole time. So we're gonna go ahead and do that 2 more times. We're gonna inhale, reach through, reach a little further this time. Exhale, opening up. And one more, reaching through. And exhaling, opening up. And we can go ahead and plant our hand back up underneath our shoulder, moving over to the other side. So we're taking our opposite hand now. We're gonna inhale, reach through. And exhale, opening up. And reaching through, reach a little further. And opening up. And last one, reaching through. And exhaling, opening up. We can go ahead and plant our hand back up underneath our shoulder, and we are ready to rock and roll. So we're starting off on the ground. We got plank toe taps. Starting off, we're doing 45 seconds of work, 15 seconds of rest. We're going to do that 3 times through. I'm getting the timer ready here. 3, 2, 1, and go. So we're on our hands and toes here, keeping that core nice and tight so our pelvis is tucked butt to belly button. Exhale, come up, tap our toe, and back down. So we can go as fast or slow as you'd like, but the goal here, we're working on our shoulders. We're getting single arm stability here. We're also working on our core. So really important that at the bottom of our plank, our hips are not coming past our shoulders. It's really easy to let our hips kind of dip towards the ground. Want to keep that core zipped up, making sure everything is staying nice and straight from our head, our shoulders, our hips to our heels. 3, 2, 1. All right. We got 15 seconds, and then we're going to do pike push-ups. We're going to stay on the ground, and then we're getting up on our feet for the rest of the workout. Not the rest of the workout, the rest of the round. All right. 3, 2, 1. So hips are up towards the ceiling. Oh, that stretch feels very nice here. We're bringing our head down towards the ground, and then push the ground away. I don't have my bun in today. I usually use that as my meter to know how close my head is to the ground. But we want to make sure we're getting low enough into our push up here. We want it to be challenging, but we want to be able to get back up. So we don't have to touch our head all the way to the ground, especially if your hair is not on top of your head. But then we should feel this. We're going to feel it mainly in our shoulders. We will feel a little bit in our upper back because we're keeping everything nice and flat. 3, 2, 1. All right, great job. We can go ahead, return to our feet. We got reverse lunges into a knee drive or jump, whatever feels comfortable today. Getting ready here. 3, 2, 1. So starting at the top of our space, stepping back, knee past second toe. Exhale, driving that knee up. So we want to be explosive with that. So it's all one movement coming up and then all one coming down and up. So we're being explosive. We're really driving that knee like we have glass right here. That core is engaged. So we're driving our knee up. We're using our core and our hip flexors a little bit. So it's going to help us strengthen our hips, but we're also strengthening our core as well as our leg. We do want to feel that primarily in the glute of our front legs. We're driving through our front heel. So thinking driving through the heel, we're exploding up, keeping our balance. 3, 2, 1. All right. Quick rest. Moving over to the other leg, and then we have our cardio movement. Granted, this one could count as cardio. 3, 2, 1. I think the whole workout is really cardio if you talk through the whole thing. So Same thing though, our front knee is past our second toe, chest is over the arch of our front foot, driving our other knee up. So again, we're working on stability, on our balance, on our core, and our leg strength. This is a all-in-one movement. I do try and do as much of that as we can, making sure we're getting the most out of our 30 minutes here for boot camp. Great job. It does help if we exhale as we're coming up, because that's going to help us really engage our muscles as well as help with the explosiveness. 3, 2, 1. All right. It's been a while since I've done boot camp. I'm like out of breath right now. Okay. Next up, we have our triple switch into single leg Romanian deadlift. 3, 2, 1. So make sure you have enough space. We're starting off one knee up, 1, 2, 3, getting our knees up as high as we can in that triple switch. And then we're pushing our hips back. Hips are staying down towards the ground. Exhaling, driving up, and then switching in 1, 2, 3. Again, trying to get those knees up as high as we can. And this is going to be all in our foot placement as well. So I'm barefoot, and doing this barefoot actually can be a little bit more beneficial because we can really make contact with our foot on the ground. All of our movement starts with our feet and how our feet make contact with the ground. 3, 2, 1. All right, we're ready for 2-inch runs in place. So that's gonna be our last movement here. And then we're gonna be back on the ground with our plank toe taps. 3, 2, 1. All right, so slight bend in the knee, slight bend in the hips, on our toes, alternating. So it's quick feet, slow arms. We're like ducks on water. And that means like we're like ducks. When you look at a duck, they're calm, they're chilling. Doesn't look like they're doing anything from here up. So this is the water. And below the water, their feet are doing this, right? They're swimming fast. We can't see it. We want to be just like ducks on water. So our upper body is moving nice and slow. Lower body is really quick. We're barely getting off the ground, on our toes here. 3, 2, 1. All right, awesome job. Round 1 is done. We got 2 more to go. We're gonna be back on the ground. Plank toe taps are first. 3, 2, 1. Another key here with a plank or any time we're on our hands and toes, really screw our hands into the ground. That's gonna activate our upper back to make sure our shoulder blades are locked in place and to also help with our shoulder strength and stability. So screwing our hands into the ground and then pushing up. I know for me personally, my shoulder blades tend to do the weird thing. I can't make them do it, but I know they do it because I can feel it. So screwing our hands into the ground can help kind of offset that. Keeping our hands underneath our shoulders, pushing up. 3, 2, 1. Great job. All right, next up we got pike push-ups. And then we'll go into our lower body movements. All right, we're getting ready here. 3, 2, 1. So hips towards the ceiling. Our core is still engaged, so we're bringing our belly button to our spine. We're bringing each side of our six-pack together, zipping it up, breathing through our straw. All of our usual core engagement tips here. And then elbows are staying in. So we want to make sure our elbows are pointing towards our feet when we come down, not out towards the walls. That's going to help us protect our shoulder joints and also engage more of our actual shoulder muscle during the movement. So anytime we're doing any pushing movement, elbows stay in. 3, 2, 1. Awesome. All right. Next up, reverse lunge to knee drive or a jump if you would like. If that's where you're at today. I personally am not there today, so I'm sticking with just my knee drive. 3, 2, 1. So stepping back and then driving up. So if we were jumping, which I will do like 2 of them. If you're jumping, we're here, we drive the knee up, and then we jump and we land nice and soft. So making sure that if we are jumping, we're landing with our hips back and our knees slightly bent, just like with single leg Romanian deadlifts, our 2-inch runs in place, our base position, that's how we want to land. That's how we're going to protect all of our joints. But like I said, I'm personally not there today. I also don't always love jumping. I don't know if my downstairs neighbors would like that very much, but my body is a little tired today. So 3, 2, 1. All right, taking a rest. We're doing the same thing on the other side. But also, like I said, it's been a while since I've done a class like this. So not in boot camp shape just yet. 3, 2, 1. So again, same thing. Knee past second toe. If we're jumping, we're here, landing nice and soft into our next lunge. I'm about to hit my head now. And again, driving that knee up, keeping our core nice and tight. So exhaling also as we come up, it's going to help engage our core to then help with the knee drive as well as our explosiveness. I always say this, like during dead bugs and stuff, we want to focus on the breath to then engage our core. So that's what the breath will help with. All right, 3, 2, 1. My balance is apparently not there yet today either. All right, we are triple switch into single leg Romanian deadlift, and then 2-inch runs in place, and then we got one more round. 3, 2, 1. Start with one knee up. We go 1, 2, 3. Push our hips back, push the ground away. Making sure that as we push our hips back, as soon as our hips are done moving, the movement is over. I tend to overextend myself when I do single leg like this, where I tend personally to come forward. Want to make sure we're coming back. When we come forward, we're going to start to feel the pressure in our low back. It's not going to feel so hot. So we really want to push our hips back, just like with a 2-leg Romanian deadlift. I know it's different because of balance and stability. That's why we do it, so we can get better. 3, 2, 1. I ran out of space. All right. 2-inch runs in place. And then we got one more round. And then we're going to cool down. 3, 2, 1. So again, side bend in the knees and in the hips. Alternating our feet. I'm going to turn this way now. We are ducks on water. We're going as fast as we can with our feet. Focus on the breath. These are not always the most fun. Now my legs kind of stop working after a little bit. That's okay. We're pushing through. We're getting better every time we do this. Oh, my arms are moving too fast. There we go. Quick feet, slow arms. Working on our running mechanics for our hands. Still in our base position. 3, 2, 1. All right. Shake those legs out. We got last round coming up. We got our plank to pike first. I'm going to catch my breath. 3, 2, 1. All right. So we're tapping opposite toe. I was about to start doing push-ups. All right. So as you can tell, I am back to the boot camp classes. So we're going to be seeing a little bit more of me again. And I do have a class right after this if you want to get some more stretching in. We're going to do some stability and stretch. But we're definitely going to try and switch things up as much as we can here. I know it can be a lot to see the same person every day. So we're going to try and switch it up, make it a little bit more fun. 3, 2, 1, which I'm now just realizing I totally forgot about my themes. It's almost Halloween. So I'll have a Halloween theme for tomorrow for exercise with Exos. I'm going to rewrite that class for tomorrow. All right, pike push-ups. 3, 2, 1. So we'll bring some of that fun stuff back. I know it's been almost a year since I've had a theme. I guess we did a couple in the spring, actually. I'll take that back. But I'll definitely be bringing that all back. We got Halloween themes and then fall and Thanksgiving themes. So if you have any requests for our spelling workouts, feel free to send some ideas and requests my way. Also, if there's anything you'd like to focus on going into Q4 and the end of the year, let me know. So like if you want to get some more leg strength, more endurance, anything, please let me know. 3, 2, 1. I want to make sure that we're all getting the most out of our workouts. So if you have a goal or something particular you want to work on, reach out, let me know. Be careful what you say though, because you might not like it after a while. We got reverse lunges. 3, 2, 1. I always say be careful what you tell me that you like and or don't like, because I'll make you do both of it until you don't like it anymore. So but I fall into that same boat. We all know I do not like push-ups, but I put them in class and we do them. And the more we do them, the better we're going to get at them. We won't necessarily like them anymore, but we might like them more because they're not as hard, kind of thing. So I'll try and bring some new movements in here as well. Like I said, want to switch it up, keep it fun, but keep us working towards our goal at the end of the day. 3, 2, 1. All right, we're going to do our other leg, and then we got our cardio, and then we're going to be on the ground for our cool down. We're getting ready. 3, 2, 1. I do also try and incorporate movements that are going to help us in our everyday life. So this one, you might think, why would I ever need to learn how to stand on one foot and all that? It'll come in handy if we're, walking, we get off balance, or even just having a strong core by using our core to drive our knee up. That can help alleviate low back pain by having a strong core. So a lot of times if our core is weak, we tend to have that arch in our back. So this can kind of help alleviate that to make everyday life a little bit easier. And having strong glutes also helps with that as well. 3, 2, 1. All right. Done with those. We got our last 2 movements. And then we're going to get on the ground for our cool down. We have triple switch coming up. 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3. Push our hips back. Push the ground away. And again, I guess I forgot to mention this the last time, but if you need to, put your foot on the ground into a kickstand and then right back into the triple switch. I do like this option. As for me personally, I do tend to get tired. And like I was saying last time, I come a little bit too far forward and I start to feel it in my back. But this will help us really engage our glutes and making sure that we're not using our back because we have the stability of our other foot. Finish strong here. 3, 2, 1. Okay. On triple switch, we just did that. 2 inch runs in place. Too many numbers today. And then we're going to be done. So pushing hard, final 45 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Last one, best one. We're going as fast as we can. I know I was saying last time, when I'm tired, it's the 3rd round. My legs are like, what are we doing? We just got to convince our body to keep pushing. It's really honestly our mind that gives up before our body does. So we just got to take our mind out of it. Just keep pushing. It's the last movement of the workout. We got this. We're almost there. My arms keep speeding up. All right, we got this. Mind over matter. Keep pushing. 3, 2, 1. And that is it for today's circuit. So go ahead, grab a sip of water if you need it. And then we're going to go ahead and be on our backs for our cool down here. We're going to do some figure 4. We're going to make our way onto the ground on our backs. Both feet Starting off on the ground here. Let me slow my breath down. Start to calm down here. We're gonna take one foot, cross it over our opposite ankle. And if that tension feels good, go ahead and stay there. If you need a little more tension, go ahead and interlace your fingers, grab it either behind your knee or in front of your shin, and then pull your knee towards your chest. This is gonna help us open up our low back, our hips, all of that. I also want us to really start to focus on slowing our breaths down. So we're taking big inhales in through our nose into our belly and exhaling through our mouth, sighing away our tension, letting our bodies sink further into the ground and into the stretch. When we exhale longer than our inhales, we tap into our parasympathetic nervous system, and that's going to help our heart rate calm down, our digestion's going to ramp up, we're getting ready to eat. It's also a really good tactic for de-stressing and if we have moments of anxiety throughout the day to make our exhales nice and long. We're going to do one more breath here. And as we finish our exhale, we can gently release our leg back to the ground. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So taking the opposite ankle, crossing it over the opposite knee. And if that tension feels good, go ahead and stay there. You need a little extra tension, go ahead and interlace your fingers. Grab it either behind the knee or in front of the shin. And then pull your knee towards your chest. And same thing, inhaling nice and deep into our bellies. And exhaling, sighing away our tension. Breathing into our tight areas, really making our exhales longer than our inhales. Picture all of the stress and tension leaving our bodies. And we're going to do one more breath on this side. And as we finish our exhale, gently bring that knee, or sorry, that knee, our foot back to the ground. And feel free, you can stay laying on the ground on your back, or you can roll over onto your side, return to a seated, kneeling, or standing position. But that is going to be all the time that I have for today's class. So thank you for joining me. And then if you need any help with anything, let me know. If you want to let me know what your goals are, let me know, and I'll incorporate that into class. And then we have our normal classes happening all week. So have a great week, and thank you for coming.